Hello and welcome to AC Beach Yoga. I'm Ashley. Today's class will be on the floor for the duration. We'll be going into some deep stretches and some deep breathing. So let's get started in an easy seat. Find yourself nice and grounded into the earth and feel the spine nice and tall, shoulders back. And here, join me in some deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Inhale deep and exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, nice and deep through the nose. And exhale. All right. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's set an intention of gratitude today. Consider something or someone you're grateful for. And as we move through class, you can hold on to that intention. Let's take some seated circles here. So leaning the torso forward, then to the side, the back, and to the front. A few more times, we'll take it to the right first. Just warming the body up, warming the spine up. A few more. And then let's go ahead and go to the left. No matter where you are in the world today, let yourself bask in the sun with me as you feel the gentle ocean breeze on your skin. And especially if today you're somewhere cold and gloomy, let this be your ray of sunshine and movement to warm your day. All right. Coming back to center, we'll take a seated twist. So first, our left hand behind the spine, right hand on our knee. Inhaling, tall spine. Exhaling as we twist the torso. And gaze over the left shoulder. All right, let's take the other side. Right hand behind the spine, left hand on the knee. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, rotate the torso, gazing over the right shoulder, looking at the horizon. Beautiful. All right. From here, let's come to our hands and knees and come into cat-cow. So let's come to all fours, hands beneath the shoulders and the knees aligned beneath your hips. As you inhale, gently arch your back and lower the belly. As you exhale, press down through your palms, rounding your spine. Again, inhaling, draw the shoulders down away from the ears as the chest opens. Exhaling into a cat spine, your belly draws into your spine. And we'll take a few more of those. The spine is such an integral part of the body. Those of you with back pain and back issues, you know this better than anyone. So this gentle stretch helps to encourage flexibility, mobility in the spine, hopefully keeping that back pain away. Awesome. Coming back to all fours, this time we'll come into thread the needle. Inhale, your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread the right arm behind the left wrist. Inhale, right arm back up again. Exhale, slide. Inhale, one more time. This time when you slide the right arm, lower your shoulder and the side of your head gently to the mat. Nice. And we'll breathe here. You can stay here like this, or you do have the option to take a bind here, making sure you're stable. Inhale the left arm to the sky, then gently reach behind for the right hip. And we're breathing. All right, release the bind. Left hand plants on the mat. Inhale, right arm back up to the sky. Let's come back to all fours. And from here, We'll take the other side. Inhale, left arm up to the sky and slide behind right wrist. On the exhale, inhale and exhale, slide. One more time. Inhale, exhale, slide through slowly and gently. Head comes to rest on the mat, shoulder comes to rest on the mat. And again, the optional bind. With or without the bind, this is a fantastic shoulder and chest opener. So you're doing great. Just continue breathing. Beautiful. Then when you're ready, right arm comes back up to the sky, pressing into the mat. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Left hand comes to meet the right. And we'll set up here for a child's pose. So bring your toes together, open your knees nice and wide, extend the arms forward, and the forehead comes gently to rest on the mat as we breathe here in child's pose. Excellent. All right, great. We're going to set up here for a low lunge. So keep the left knee on the mat, bring your right foot forward, bringing the knee to about a 90-degree angle. The knee right over the ankle. Get yourself situated there, hands to the hips. Awesome. On the inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, reach, reach, reach. And exhale. Let's bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Inhale, the left arm up to the sky, and on the exhale, up and over. Left bicep by the left ear. We'll take a nice side stretch here. Continue to breathe deeply. Notice how that front hip flexor feels. Awesome. Inhale, both arms back up to the sky. And on the exhale, two hands come back down to the mat. And we're going to set up here for a half split. So you get situated here. Keep the left knee bent. Straighten the right leg to the extent that you can. Flex your foot towards your forehead. Let your head and neck release here. Nice. All right. We're going to step back, bring our toes together, knees apart for child's pose. Taking deep breaths in and deep breath out. And we're going to set up for the other side. Our left foot comes forward, right knee remains bent. Left toes facing forward, hands to the hips. And when you're ready, on the inhale, we'll circle the arms up to the sky and breathe here. Let your shoulders come down away from your ears. Nice. On your next exhale, the left forearm to the left knee, the right arm up and over, right biceps by your right ear, and we're breathing into a side body stretch. Nice. Inhale, both arms up to the sky, and we'll set up for a half split on the left side. Just like we did. Extend that left leg out. Look for a really deep stretch here. Think about your hip and your seat reaching backwards. Your toes flexed towards the knee. Nice deep hamstring stretch. All right, great. Let's come back into our child's pose again. Give us another opportunity for an extremely deep breath. And exhale. All right, let's now come to a seated position, bringing the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Your hands around your toes or ankles. The bottoms of your feet, together. Let your knees gently fall open towards the mat to the degree that they can. Ground down through your sit bones and keep a nice tall spine as you inhale and exhale. And from here you can slowly start to hinge at the hips. Think about your forehead touching your toes, releasing any tension in the neck area. We're still breathing here. Maybe a gentle push from your elbows to your insides of your thighs, giving you just a little bit more space. Nice. Awesome. We're going to come into seated forward fold. So extend both legs out in front. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, reach out in front and let the hands fall where they fall. They might fall on your ankles, your shins, your toes. Maybe you need to bend your knees to connect. That's fine as well. Once you find a nice stretch, we can hold it here and start to breathe. Nice. It's a nice deep stretch all along the backs of the legs. Let's come back up. All right, great. Let's keep the left knee bent and bring the right ankle over to the left knee, setting up for reclining pigeon. So once you get situated here, release your spine, your head and neck down to the mat, and you can bring your hands together along your hamstring and come into a reclining pigeon, sometimes known as figure 4. A nice hip opener. We're breathing nice and deep. Inhale. On the exhale, maybe you're pulling your knee in a little bit closer to get into a deeper stretch into the hip. And we'll release. Let's windshield wiper the knees just to kind of neutralize things. Right and to the left, and then we'll take the same pose on the other side. Right knee's bent, left ankle over right knee. Get yourself situated. Recline back, spine on the mat. Your head rests on the mat, hands behind your right hamstring, and we're in our reclining pigeon, breathing. Excellent. All right, releasing both feet down to the mat. We'll take windshield wiper one more time. Okay. And we're going to set up for bridge pose. We're going to take bridge pose 3 times. So let's bring the feet in towards the seat. Let your hands come down, palms facing the mat. On the inhale, press into your heels, into your feet. Let the hips come up to the sky. And we'll breathe here into our bridge pose. Now on the next reps on the bridge pose, you can take that variation Or if you'd like, on the inhale, lift the arms overhead, hips up to the sky, pressing into the heels. And we're breathing here. Hands overhead at bridge. Your next exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. All right, we'll set up for the third variation. This time, you have the option on your bridge to bring your right and left hands together and then squeeze the shoulders deep as you lift the hips up. And we're breathing here into our bridge. Nice. One last inhale. Exhale, release. All right. From here, let's take a knee squeeze. Squeeze your knees in. Circle to the right and to the left. These are always a great way to release pressure on your lower back, like you're giving yourself a massage. Enjoy that. Nice. Now we'll release the knees, open the arms out like a T, and let the knees fall over to the left and your gaze towards your right hand for our lumbar twist. Excellent. All right, we'll squeeze the knees in again. Couple circles. And then when you're ready, arms out to a T. This time let the knees fall over to the right. Let your gaze come over to your left. Looking at your left hands, your left fingertips. Great. All right. One last knee squeeze. This time, take a deep inhale. Bring the knees close to your nose. Squeeze everything in. On the exhale, release everything. Let your body feel completely supported by the earth. Find a comfortable position. Let everything go. Maybe you can revisit that intention of gratitude that you had at the beginning of class. That person, that something, that just something special that you're grateful for today. And maybe it's something that you can carry with you for the rest of the day. All right. You can extend your Savasana if you'd like, for as long as you'd like, or you can come up to join me right now. Awesome. Amazing. Congratulations to you for taking the time, giving your time to yourself. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reach, reach, reach. Hands to prayer. Thank you so much for joining me here at AC Beach Yoga. Come join us again. Thank you. We wish you peace.